What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin' out here? What's poppin' out here? I wanted to kick it about this statement Tk Kirkland made. And it's an interesting statement. It's an interesting statement. And it go like this. It said, men today have to work 10 times harder than their grandfather for a woman who is 20 times worse than their grandmother. Whole formation is crazy. And ladies, if you take this personal, then I'm talking about you. I said what I said. Let's talk about it. That's an interesting statement that bro made, man. He talking about how men gotta work as hard nowadays than their grandfathers did today to sustain a woman in these day and times. Especially when the woman talking about like the man is not making enough money to support them and take care of them. I got a news flash, man. It's stated and it's written that if a woman is not producing and doing the things she needs to do, as far as like and as a married couple, and taking care of her responsibilities, you know, you're not qualified to take care of her. You're not qualified to take care of her. Period. Point blank. It's certain quality women that a man will take care of no problem because she possess certain qualities, and a lot of women don't have those qualities. I ain't gonna go off into the qualities, but I mean it's just basically common sense. And as far as the money, and I was looking at a video and the chick was talking about like the money level that man is making is not suitable for her or that man she living. She's like a man who's making like $1,000 a week is not suitable. And I agree with that, man. In today's climate, how inflation going up, like $1,000 a week is nothing. Especially if you got prior kids, if you paying child support and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A minimum a person need to be bringing in like $2,000 a week. Minimum, like $1,000 a week. So if you got like prior kids and child support going on, that's minimum. Now, if you a single man with no kids, you probably get away with like $1,500 a week. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, 1,000, depending on your living arrangements and stuff like that. But yeah, you need about like 2,000, man. And they was on, you know, she on point about that shit. But a man does have to work harder and possess more money. And that's why a lot of black men or men in general out here finding all these different avenues of trying to make some goddamn paper out here to try to satisfy these women out here, man. Cause it's hard on the yard, man. If you ain't had, especially if you got multiple baby mamas, man, shit looking grim for you. Especially if you ain't no 50 Cent or P. Diddy nigga, then nigga, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So to sustain that type of money, that means you got to acquire a certain type of skills or have a good job or have a good business or a good career going on. You know what I'm saying? Just to maintain yourself. Then you talking about bringing in a woman in, and if you got a good quality of woman and you trying to take care of her financially, then that's going to be hard to do. Unless you get a woman that's got her own career and she's understandable and she can bring money into the table, and then y'all can work at it like that. And that's what a lot of couples is doing. That's the smart way to do things now, due to the climate of marriages and things and the divorce rate and that nature, man. far as a man taking care of woman, man, in this area, in this situation, I don't stand by that shit at all, man. She got to be a hell of a woman for her to be a housewife. Real talk. She got to be on some phenomenal type shit. I feel and I truly believe that a woman need to be bringing money in to the house. Not to say she got to bring in the same amount as the man or more than the man, but she need to be bringing some type of money into the household. And especially if you got kids, for a man to carry that burden as the breadwinner, and he's bringing his money home. Not only he got to maintain himself, he got to maintain his wife and his kids in the household. That's like he got to be making a lot of money for that. And point blank, a lot of men is not making that type of money. Brothers ain't making that type of money out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers don't got degrees. You know, we don't got skilled trades and stuff like that. So, you know, we basically, you know what I'm saying, taking care of ourselves properly. You feel me? Then you bring a woman in, and woman got to be understandable to that. You know, if you got a good man, and this man holding you down, and he got potential, he built it, then you should come to the table with something to bring. If you're trying to build a relationship with him, you shouldn't be putting all the burden on the man, because it's impossible, especially for a black man. Niggas, we you know, like I said, nigga gotta be P. Diddy, Jay-Z. Niggas ain't no Jay-Z's and P. Diddy's out here. Those guys are elite. You know, that's elite money, man. The average brother ain't making money, you know what I'm saying? You know, you hear people on the internet, you know, telling why we making all this, man. That shit, brother, people ain't making all that money out here. Money is hard to make, especially if you don't have the skills. Now, if you got the skills, yeah, you can make money. Not saying all the brothers don't make money, but you gotta look at it as it in a whole. You got a certain percentage of man that's making a certain percentage of money. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't tapped into those elite type man, then no, you ain't. You gotta deal with the person whom you dealing with. And he might got a 9 to 5. He might be making 100,000, or he might be making 50,000. And if you making 50,000, then y'all come together, then y'all can sustain. You know, if y'all got y'all finances together and got y'all head on the shoulder, on y'all shoulder, then y'all can make some money. But the average man is not making a hell of a lot of money unless he work for himself. You know what I'm saying? And then you got brothers working 2 to 3 jobs, and then you complaining that he ain't home with you. I mean, I was in a relationship, and I just had to travel for this job I had, and I went at the crib, and my girl was complaining about that shit. Like, you travel, I mean, I be gone like 3 weeks at a time and shit like that. Just, you know, because I was out there grinding and trying to get this money up. But she was complaining and shit. So when I did, excuse me, when I did, so when I did switch careers and to satisfy her, which was a bad mistake. You should never satisfy a woman, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to your money. You should never try to put your livelihood down to satisfy the needs of the woman. You always got to go get your money. But I did it. And she was complaining. I came to the crib, she was complaining more. I was like, I should have stayed on the road getting that bad, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But man, and you know, as far as things go up, as far as inflation and things of that nature, people got to work together, man. And I don't hear that a lot. People have to work together. Simple as that. You have to work together and have the things you want. You look at other nations, like the Mexicans, the Arabs, Afghanistan. I had an Afghanistan homeboy, and he was telling me how they ran their household. They got a big ass house, right? And the mother and father, and he had like I think like 3 or 4 brothers, and all the brothers, you know what I'm saying? They all stayed in the household. And I mean, talking about these grown as adult men, but they was bringing money home. I seen Africans do this shit too, Somalians. They all stayed in the household. They all was bringing money home, man. All of them was bringing their money to the house. You know what I'm saying? Did nobody leave the house until they had another house paid off. Once they got a house paid off in cash, then they leave out the house. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll get married, bring their wife to. Everybody had their own room, bring their wife. It was a big family. See, they was working together as a unit, as a team. You know what I'm saying? That's why you look at foreigners and you see them having things and doing big major things because they work together as a team. Mexicans do the same thing. The only people that don't do that is Americans, because you know we've been raised and you know we've been taught to do things differently. But them guys be having major freaking money, man, and you ain't gonna see a lot of them don't show the type of money they have. That's why a lot of them have their own businesses, because they do the group thing. You know, somebody trying to do a business, then they got family to invest into their business so they can have a successful business. Then, like I said, they bringing all that money home, man. I'm talking about, man, I ain't seen, I knew families, oh man, the amounts of money they had was ridiculous, man, because they all worked and they all brought money home. Did nobody leave out till they had a house paid for in cash. Once they got a house paid for in cash, then they'll move out. Then they'll bring some other siblings over there, you know, but that's how it was ran, man. And American people don't do that, you know. American people, you know, majority of American people are single. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the woman over here, man over here. We arguing and bickering with each other, fighting about who. I need a man to do this, take care of this, and all this shit. While the woman got kids and all that, the man, you know, it's just like we working against each other. In order us to catch up with the rest of the population of other groups of people, man, we got to start working together. We got to come together and bring our resources together, man. And everybody in America is caught up on that me, and I type of mentality, man. Ain't nobody bringing their resources together. So if you ain't bringing your resources together, how you gonna compete with these other groups? You can't. You can't compete with these other groups because number one, they got family values instilled in them since day one as a kid. You can't compete with nobody that got family values instilled in them, and they raised as a group. You know what I'm saying? A group always gonna beat a single individual out every time. Then you look at our community, man, and we single. The woman over here, she just growing up, she making her money, got a little college education, and living her best life. Then she want a man on her level. You know, instead of getting somebody that love her for who she is, that's out here doing things that they need to do, she don't want that. You know what I'm saying? And the same with the man. The man over here, they working, he got money. You know what I'm saying? 2 totally different households. Whether they came to the same household, combine their income. Not even combine their income. They don't even have to combine their income, but just come together and help each other and build. That'll cut their expenses in half just by them coming together. And they got financial literacy, then they can work together and achieve and build something. And I don't understand why black women or black men don't seem to understand that, man. So all we gonna do is take a L. At the end of the day, we're gonna be in somebody nursing home looking stupid. Because we ain't took the time enough to understand that working as a family and achieving something is better than being by yourself and being single, man. You know, you got even, you know, your mothers and stuff, when they get a certain age, they can't, you know, they ain't out financially to take care of themselves. So they got to move in with one of their kids, things of that nature. But instead of them, you know, a lot of us gonna be in situations like that in the future because how as inflation is getting, man, it's bad out here. So I suggest people start finding suitable mates and trying to be with the mates and build with the mates. As long as a motherfucker ain't out here on no craziness, on no major drugs and shit, Work with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And try to build with that person. You know what I'm saying? And try to work some shit out, because the simple fact of the matter is, if you can't, the longer you stay single, it's gonna be hard for you to adjust when you do find that person for you, because you've been single and you've been having these certain qualities all your life. So it's gonna be definitely hard for you to adapt to a person intervening in your space. And like I was saying on the statement, man, you know, brothers is working hard and trying to maintain, and we want support. I ain't saying all women like that, but you know, you got a few out here that's putting out this scenario out here that they want a man that got this and this and that. Well, go find that man that got this and this and that. And trust me, man, it is, you know, just a lot of things to deal with. That's in every situation. You got, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you want something, it's like a job. Say you got a job. No matter what job you go to, it's some things you got to deal with. Oh, I'm tired of this job, you know what I'm saying? This bullshit. I'm going to go to this other job. They got more pay, better benefits, but it's still going to be some bullshit at that job. Well, I like that. You go to another job, it's still going to be some bullshit, no matter what. And that's like the individual you with. Like you and the mate, any woman you meet or any man you meet, they're going to have some qualities that you dislike. That's just life. That's law. So it ain't no perfect nothing out here. Nothing is perfect. So you got to get into or be with a person that you can deal with, that you can be effective with. You know what I'm saying? That you can be happy with, that you can move with. Because everybody gonna do some shit. You ain't never seen eye to eye on nobody, not even your best friends. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fall out and come back together again. So people gotta really understand that shit and give people leeway. You know what I'm saying? And I see this in a lot of women, that the patient level that you don't have with your man. You know what I'm saying? You might, because you know what I'm saying, women are, they say, more advanced than man. So if you know this, so when you dealing with certain types of man, you should be patient with that brother till he get to that level. You know what I'm saying? Because some brothers take time for them to get to that level. You know what I'm saying? So you should be patient with that brother and understanding if that brother is doing you right and being good to you. Just be patient with that brother, man. Quit being hard on men out here, man. Because this culture right here is already tore down the family structure out here. You know what I'm saying? In order to bring our family structure back and have the love for one another, first we got to love ourselves. And a lot of us don't love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we can't give love like need be until we start loving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So until we get to that structure, man, I've been around a lot of foreigners, man, and I've seen how they move and they operate inside their household. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I want the same thing for our community as black people. You know what I'm saying? We need to get to that level. You know, instead of kicking your kids out when they get a certain age, once you empower your kids, once you, you know what I'm saying, empower them, you know, make them get a job, you know, help them go to college, you know what I'm saying? Don't be putting no time frame on your kids. I see a lot of kids, especially in that Atlanta area, man, that's, you know, this 19, 20 years old, all off in the streets, and then they get victimized, man, because they don't know shit. Y'all throw y'all kids in the street, man, at a young age, man. Kids be in the street, don't know shit, then they get victimized, come up traffic, you know what I'm saying? Got to sell pussy and shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever situation may be in jail, come up MIA, come up dead. You know, quit doing your kids like that. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Us as black people, man, we gotta really take analysis of ourselves, man. And we have psychological problems that we really need to deal with within our community. Because you gotta understand, if your kid is not on point, you raised that. You raised your kid. You feel me? You was the fucking parent. You know what I'm saying? So the blame is on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You ain't raised your kid properly. At least, nigga, get your kid out the house, right? Make sure he can maintain a house, a place of living. He can maintain a job. He know how to pay his bills, or she know how to pay her bills. Don't be throwing your kids out in the street like that, man. You motherfucking wolves out here, man. Y'all niggas be throwing y'all kids be out here homeless and shit, young and shit, man. And then they indulging in all this shit, drugs. Motherfuckers give them some type of drug. Now they hooked on drugs and shit. That's your bad parenting. You know what I'm saying? That's the reflection of your kid. The reflection of your kid is your badass parents. You was a bad fucking parent, man. Real talk. Go back to the family structure, man. You know what I'm saying? Be more patient with your kids. Be more patient in your relationships, and get some understanding and knowledge on how to, do things properly, man. Like I say, these other groups is out here, murderers is just killing us on the family type thing, man. They just having it their way, man. They having it their way. And black people can have it that way because we come from the South like that. Because we ain't had shit. We had to depend on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to that. It's getting back to that type of way in society where you will have to have, a team out here, man. So people got to get that in their head and change their ways before it's too late. So I just wanted to talk about that and kick it about that a little bit because it was, something that made a lot of sense. And females need to understand this as well as men too. That, we need to get back to the family structure, loving ourselves and loving the people we be with and being patient with each other. That way we can go further and working with each other and building the team and creating that family structure inside the household. You feel me? And that's how we're going to be able to achieve the things we need to achieve for the duration. All right, peace out. I'm out.